Hi, my name is Channing Dunsworth, and this is TCNJN News, and I'll be talking about how the internet has changed the world forever. Over time, the internet has increased in size, and more people are connected through the internet today than ever before. Our lives have been simplified because of the internet's creation, yet the internet is continuing to evolve and change the lives of the human race. Today, we talk about the next evolution of the Internet of Things, and how it could affect education, the economy, and society as a whole. To find out more on the Internet's evolution thus far, we'll be interviewing many different people from two different generations. One shaped by the Internet and one from a time prior to the Internet's expansion. Before we meet these two individuals, we're going to go to Professor Lewis Montgomery of the National Institute of Technology to find out what the Internet of Things really is.
The Internet of Things is the next evolution of the Internet. Currently, we have millions of devices, such as the smartphone, that are connected to the Internet. The Internet of Things takes the idea of connectivity and spreads it to everyday objects. With this connection to the Internet, everyday objects will be able to send and receive data from other devices. We can see examples of these devices in forms such as smart refrigerators. Instead of making a list and going food shopping, I can just look inside of my fridge with an app on my smartphone. As time goes by, more and more devices will be connected to the Internet.
Sorry, I was just reading my book. But speaking of education, let's go talk to Professor Montgomery about education.
With connections to the Internet in everything and everywhere, the future of education could change drastically, and depending on how you view it, for the better or for the worse. The future of education will see students learning at their own pace and difficulty, and by having a connection to the Internet everywhere, students will be able to take their coursework online by learning and being tested through online lectures, quizzes, and exams. We can see this already taking place with classes that are completely online with colleges. However, if students learn independently in class, it allows the teacher to move around and work one-on-one with students, providing a more personalized style of learning. This new style of learning could allow students to excel at their own pace and get assistance only when needed. However, this style of learning could also lessen the amount of interaction between students.
Hey guys, did you know the biggest and heaviest tiramisu ever made was 6,646 pounds? But speaking of tiramisu, let's go talk to real people about how the Internet of Things affects them. Hi, welcome to TCNJ News. Can you please introduce yourself to the camera?
Hi, I'm Cindy. I'm a sophomore student here at TCNJ studying for my education degree.
Nice, and how do you like it here?
I love it. The campus is awesome.
That's so great to hear. I have a few questions for you, but how do you communicate with your teachers in school or even outside of school?
Well, in school, I go to their office hours and I talk to them after class. But if I ever need to contact them outside of school, I would send them an email or maybe a message on Canvas, and they usually get back to me pretty quick.
Very interesting. And how easy is it, the whole process?
Oh, it's so easy. I just go on my email, send them an email, and in a couple hours, maybe not even, they'll answer back with the solution to my question.
That's terrific. It seems like it's so simple, so easy, and you always get your answer right away.
Yeah, it's convenient.
What if that wasn't available?
Oof, I don't know. To be honest, some days, even when they are on campus, I don't even want to walk if it's cold. I would have to wait.
Oh, wow. What about books and stuff?
Oh, books. Books are easy. Half the time I get them for free online just by looking them up, but if it's anything, I'll just buy them off of Amazon. They'll be here in 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah, or even ebooks. Don't even have to carry a textbook.
That seems so simple, so easy. I'm just very amazed of how times have progressed.
It's convenient and it's nice. I really appreciate it.
Well, it was nice talking to you.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show.
Happy to be here.
Hi, welcome to TCNJN News. What's your name?
I'm Dr. Brownstein here at the college.
Do you teach something here?
I teach physics.
Oh, how long have you been teaching physics for?
About 30 or so years at this point.
Oh wow, that's a very long time. I can see by your prominent beard that
I've been
you've been
growing this beard since I got here.
Oh wow, that's very old.
Yes.
Very impressive. Dr. Brownstein, I have a few questions for you. Can you please tell me how you used to communicate with teachers back when you were in school?
It's like a millennia ago. Oh, back when I was a student, I had to walk everywhere. If I wasn't there during class and if they weren't there at the school, I don't think I'd ever get in contact with them. But if anything, I'd have to come to a time when they're there at school or maybe some point after.
That sounds awful.
It was dreadful.
So you had little to no communication with the teacher outside of class.
I never even saw the professor outside of class. They were there maybe an hour a day.
Oh wow. That's very sad. What about now, as you as a teacher using all these technologies? How do you feel about it?
Oh, I'm glad. Even though I only stay an hour after class, but I don't even have to come to school or help them for extra hours from school. I just have to email them, send them my answers. I could even write up with them or have a video, FaceTime. It's pretty convenient at this point.
That is very convenient. So I'm sure that technology has definitely made education better. Would you agree?
Oh, I would definitely agree. Some days where I have to cancel class due to snow, even if there's no school closure, I can't even get on my driveway some days. At this point, I just send them a video. I teach them from home.
Interesting. Also, it is rumored that you were the actual discovery of string theory. Is that correct?
Well, I don't want to brag, but it is pretty true.
Well, that's good to know. We'll tell the world and spread your news that you were the real creator of string theory.
Thank you.
All right. I have a few questions for you, Mr. Triangles. How do you communicate with your teachers in school and outside of school?
Well, other than I skip class every other day, I email them telling I'm sick.
Oh,
But yeah, I would say email, maybe a little bit of Canvas if I ever look at it to do assignments, but maybe a postcard as a joke. I don't know.
interesting. And what about for papers and assignments? Like, how would you go about sending those informations and stuff like that?
Once again, if I actually do them, probably use like a Google Docs and like send it afterwards. I don't know. Maybe make my lackey send it.
Your lackey?
I mean, yeah, I'd send it myself.
Oh, yeah. And my last question for you is, where would you do your classwork?
Once again, if I do it, I'd probably do it in the lib or maybe at home. Wherever I could connect to the Wi-Fi or my lackey could do it. I mean, I could do it. Yeah.
Interesting. Thank you for your time. I don't want to take more of your time. You said you had to go somewhere.
Yeah, I'm about to leave to go to a party. Thanks.
Okay.
I'll see you later. Bye.
Okay. Bye then. Hi. Welcome to TCNJN News. What's your name?
Robert E. Leopold.
Nice to meet you, Robert. And you're a father of a student here?
Yes. My
That-
daughter goes here. Very good student.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I have a few questions about when you were actually in school. For papers and other assignments, how would you go about sending information on your topic, stuff like that?
I have to meet with my teacher whenever I had time, usually before or after class. I always had to meet at least a class beforehand, because if I ever had questions, I needed to make sure they were ready. Or I would send a letter, hopefully, if they got back in time, but that's a little risking it.
Interesting. And where would you do all your classwork?
Most of the time I'd stay on campus all day and do it in the library, because once I came home I had work to do or other things, family to attend to.
Interesting. Well, thank you for your time. I know you're gonna meet with your child soon to walk around campus. I don't want to take time
Yeah.
from that.
It's parents' weekend, so why not see how the campus has changed?
Yeah, and has it changed?
Took away the rat. My favorite place to get a beer and have a nice sandwich.
Interesting. Well, I hope you enjoy traditions. It's pretty decent. So, hope you have a great Parents' Day.
Oh, hey, didn't see you there. But now that you're here, let's go talk about how the Internet of Things has affected society.
Many individuals around the world see the internet as both revolutionary and essential in society's progression towards a better future. The internet has become so important and necessary that unless one lives in the middle of a jungle or 10,000 leagues under the ocean, one will find a connection somewhere. Moreover, the internet is not just spreading throughout the world, but also throughout technology. Everything has some internet capability. Household items, cars, phones, and soon people. No matter how vital the internet is for humanity, however, it is changing society as a whole. People's individuality is being altered or copied online, which takes away from who we truly are. When long-distance communication was minimal due to a lack of phones and email, people communicated verbally or by pen and paper. Communicating like this allowed for a more accurate understanding of the people in the conversation. Now, people just message through the internet and they can become a completely different individual. I leave you with this question. How can society understand its people, measure progression, and protect its citizens if we do not know who is living in the society?
Another fun fact, did you know that the average shark has never eaten tiramisu before? True fact, but let's go talk to some more real people about how the Internet of Things affected them.
Hey sir, do you mind if we do a quick interview?
Oh yeah, don't mind me. Sun's out, guns out, you know, getting a nice tan on.
Hi, thank you for participating in this interview today. Could we have your name for the record?
Nick Stoneberry.
Nice to meet you, Nick. I have a few questions for you. Do you identify who you are based off your online accounts, services, or other networks?
Instagram? Yeah. I'm always on Instagram, flexing out for all my babes out there.
Interesting. And do you believe that the internet communication has led to becoming more stereotypical?
Stereotypical? Like, what do you mean?
Like, do you believe that internet has created more stereotypes with different individuals?
Only the good looking, the not good looking. Oof.
Interesting. And last question, has the internet affected you psychologically or physically?
Psychologically or physically? Everyone's always commenting how nice I am, how big my muscles are, man. See, look at this baby. Yeah. Come to my site, Johnny Flex.
But studies have shown that internet usage has impaired people's visions. For an example, playing Fortnite all day will impair your eyes.
Man, I stream Fortnite all the time. My eyes are great. See that tree? I am that tree.
And may I ask you what your GPA is on campus?
GPA? If I lived that all day, I probably wouldn't be getting any gains. So I'm not going to answer that question.
Thank you for participating.
No problem, bro. Oh, follow me, like, and subscribe. This here is a tomato from a grapevine.
Hi, Professor.
This is a yellow tomato. And this is a red tomato.
Hi.
And here is the blood orange tomato. Yes?
Professor.
Yes,
could
you're
we,
interrupting my lecture.
Professor, could we have a few questions for you? Would you mind answering them?
Fine, if my presentation's not that important, fine. Give me your questions. What do you want?
Do you identify who you are based off your online accounts, services, or other networks?
Well, I do love tomatoes, and I love posting about them on Facebook. But that's it.
Okay, and do you believe that the internet communication is leading to more stereotypes between people?
Yes, people are not liking my tomatoes anymore. They're going for something else. Oranges. I hate oranges.
And one last question. Has the internet affected you psychologically or physically?
Oh, the internet! Follow my heirloom tomatoes. Don't you follow those damn tropical oranges.
And so what I'm guessing is that it has affected you psychologically?
I wouldn't say so. I just hate oranges. And I hate seeing them on Facebook.
Can I see your TCNJ Professor ID, please?
I am Professor Heirloom. Don't you question my authority here. Class, tell him what he's messing up here. I will get you kicked out of this school immediately. Now you get out of my classroom.
Okay.
Before I throw tomatoes at you.
Oh, hey, I was just buying me some Bitcoins, but now that we're on that subject, let's talk about the economy.
In the business world, the economy will see many changes with this evolution of the internet. The Internet of Things will change the way businesses are run by automating systems and jobs. It will improve old technologies to become self-adjusting and to improve things like efficiency. New technologies will arise from the Internet of Things and they will automate jobs that have previously been done by humans. These new technologies will be faster and more efficient than humans, forcing many people to lose their jobs. However, this will open up a new job market, creating new jobs to check and maintain these automated systems. These new technologies are coming and are expected to come by billions. In 2025, it is expected that there will be over 100 trillion devices worldwide. These new technologies aim to create a more productive and efficient future. But will it be the future that we want? Will there be jobs available that people are currently studying for? Will we even have to leave our houses to go to work? Or will everything be taken over by technology? These are the questions that we face for the future.
Hey, another fun fact. Did you know that the record for completing a Rubik's Cube is 4.73 seconds? Well, forget about that. Let's go talk to some more real people about how the Internet of Things affected them. And maybe go grab a bite of tiramisu. Hi, how are you doing today?
Oh, hey, how's it going?
I have a few questions for TCNJN News. Would you mind answering them?
Yeah, sure, why not?
As a whole, how do you think the Internet of Things has helped or harmed the U.S. economy?
From what I've known from my economics classes, I would say it's been a pretty good benefit in the past couple of years, allowing us to, make stocks, like buy and sell stocks easier, and as well as like help improve the efficiency of some of our daily products like thermostats or like maybe like Google Maps, and like I would also say stoplights.
Awesome. And for banking purposes, how do you receive and deposit money?
Nowadays it depends. If I'm actually going to deposit a check into my bank account, I could just send it from my phone at home or like right when I get the check. I also, if I need to like send someone else money though, I could use like Venmo or something. It makes it pretty easy. I don't actually have to leave my house.
Oh, awesome. And how has online platforms and internet integrated devices saved you money?
Well, I've used a couple apps that actually help me with my purchases and tell me how much I spent. It makes it a lot easier to like determine what I've been doing, like how to save money, and like where I should stop spending money. So it saved me a couple $100.
Awesome. Well, I don't want to keep you from your studies, so thank you very much.
Oh, no problem. Have a good one. That make up the compounds that we combine
Professor?
into making string theory possible. Do you understand, class? Oh, yes.
I have a few questions to ask you if you don't mind. Real quick, I promise.
Okay, just make sure. This class is very important.
Okay. As a whole, how do you think the Internet of Things has helped or harmed the U.S. economy?
Well, the Internet of Things has benefited us in many ways, such as making companies and businesses more efficient at making and selling their products. But in the same way, it's hurt us multiple times, and hackers being able to take information and corrupt data that we've already had.
Interesting. And for banking purposes, how do you receive and deposit your money?
I'm not a strong believer in online banking. I just don't trust it. Other than I keep a lot of my money under my bed, I have to say I go to the bank if I need anything, my checks and stuff. I have used an online banking app once, and I accidentally sent all my money to my ex, so I don't do that anymore.
Okay, and last question, how has online platforms and internet integrated devices saved you money?
Well, it helps me sell my products and buy products, but it has benefited me much in my small business.
And what's your small business?
My small business is selling tomatoes!
Oh no, not this guy
yes,
again!
Tomatoes!
All jokes aside, the Internet of Things is so broad and expanding in everyday life that it is difficult to see what the future will hold. Through these comedic sketches, we had just briefly explored different perspectives of how the Internet of Things affects different people and their personal life. I hope you all enjoyed these sketches, and I hope to see you next week, where we talk about burgers.